in the 10th of June for the ascendant, sun or the moon. On the screen now is your event chart at the start of the week. The big takeout is that the moon is in Leo as this week begins, which gives you a nudge to really glow up around your emotional needs and be strong about what you need as an individual. Pluto on the other side of the heavens is reminding you of what other people's expectations may be, but also your need to create a boundary. It's just that Mars came into the mix in an extremely potent way as last week came to a close. You can see that Mars is right at the top of your chart on the 10th house solar cusp, therefore is the most dominant player. Now Mars can be such an asset to you over the next 6 weeks in terms of giving you more desire to raise your profile, to achieve a claim for your talents, to set your goals, go for ambitions and really push yourself, and it can be of great assistance to you. It's just that Mars immediately clashes with the moon in your sign and also with Pluto. What will this mean at the start of this week? Well, I think it means really if you try too hard to demand that it's on your terms, that could prove to be very counterproductive. In fact, the best way to work with this week is to continue to use all that cluster of Gemini energy to create collaboration and cooperation. But that doesn't necessarily mean just because that's the plan, and of course the 11th house, all that Gemini energy, can be the long-term plan. As much as that may be your hope, the reality is that Saturn, the planet of restriction, clashes with the Sun and Venus at the start of this week, and Neptune in Pisces at the end of the week clashes with them again, but this time Mercury will be in the mix. In fact, on Friday there is a Mercury cazimi. Mercury rules the sign of Gemini. A cazimi here should be a splendid event. But this superior conjunction, because Mercury is not in a retrograde, is caught up in the quarter moon, which occurs with the energy in Virgo, which is about everyday money. So you can see that the 8th house, Saturn and Neptune, very much to do with shared resources, long-term finances, can be to do with investments, pensions, stuff like that. And the quarter moon, everyday money, the cash or expenses we have on an everyday basis, they're all pivoting back to that collective in the 11th house, which, to be honest, could see you being quite idealistic, but unfortunately your idealism may not really work out this week. What's needed is pragmatism. Doesn't mean to say that you can't continue to make progress, but anything to do with finances which may be inhibiting those longer term plans may need tackling. And as much as Mars may give you a lot of extra push and desire to do better, to gain greater status, to become more successful, that old maxim of we can earn respect, we can't demand it, certainly calls out as this week begins. It's been a pleasure being with you, Leo. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a great week, and if you've yet to subscribe to the channel, please help it grow and do so now.